Hey guys! So this sequence is all about strengthening the core, particularly for the low back. And a great way to do that is to activate your transverse abdominis. So I was doing a lot of flow, which is amazing, but my movers were getting really strong, like my obliques, but my transverse abdominis was kind of weak. And so I was having a lot of low back issues, and once I started strengthening this muscle, then a lot of my issues went away. So the best way to activate this muscle is slowly drawing the navel in. And I'll be saying that a lot during the practice today. And another way of activating it is imagine that someone is about to punch you in the stomach, but that's not that relaxing. So we're going to slowly draw the navel in, and let's get started. Start in a seated position. You can have a blanket or a pillow underneath you. So your hips are above your knees. And just let your hands rest in your lap. Sit up as tall as you can and close your eyes. Feel the weight of your body on the floor. And ground down and elongate your spine upwards and take a deep breath in. And on your next exhalation, begin to slowly draw the navel in. And as you inhale, keep a slight drawing in of the navel, and then exhale, draw it in even more. So you press all the air out. Inhale, feel a slight release. Exhale, draw the navel in. And one more time, inhale. And exhale, draw the navel in. When you're ready, open your eyes. And we're going to come onto hands and knees. So you can always pad your knees if you'd like. And your wrists are underneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips. Good. Lift the fingers a little bit, find a little suction cup of the hands right about this point. Some people call it gecko asana. I love that. Sadie Nardini calls it that. It's also called Hasta Bandha river flow. So you're drawing an energy up from the earth. Feel the navel drawing in. And then begin to slowly extend your right leg back behind you. So if you notice if you tilt a little bit here or sway, then that might be a great indicator that you need to activate these muscles. So try the other side. Feel the navel slowly draw in, and then extend your left leg back behind you. And then bring the left knee back underneath the hip. Good. Inhale here, curl the toes under. Exhale, round the lower back, tuck the chin in, bend the elbows back, and bring your forehead to the floor, coming into child's pose. Inhale, pull on the hands as if you're pulling them to your knees, and come all the way up. Feel the shoulders roll down the back. Exhale, round the lower back, tuck the chin in, bring your chest to your thighs, see how your low back feels, and inhale, pull it back up. Good. One last time. Exhale, round it back. And inhale, pull it back up. Good. From here, you're going to bring your forearms down onto the ground and clasp your hands in the center. Your elbows are underneath your shoulders. Walk your knees back a little bit. So you are already feeling your belly want to hang down. That's gravity. Draw the navel in. And take a couple breaths here. So you can stay here. If you're just beginning to work on your core, this is a great place to start. If you want to take a little further, extend both legs back behind you. And from here, press the heels back and slowly draw the navel in. Good. Press down into the forearms. Take a couple breaths. Good. When you're ready, drop your knees down if they're not already there. And then just lower all the way onto the belly. Good. Bring your forehead onto your hands, bring your hips wide, and rock your hips from side to side. Feel your belly relax. Good. And then bring your elbows underneath your shoulders and the forearms out in front. You walk them back a little bit. Pull the elbows back as if you're pulling into your feet, and you'll feel the shoulders roll down the back. And this is Sphinx pose. Feel a slight drawing in of the navel here. On an exhalation, tuck the chin in. Feel the upper back round up towards the ceiling. Feel the navel drawing in, and then lift the hips. If you can, lift the thighs. Good. And breathe here. And inhale, drop it back down. Press into the elbows, press them back. Keep the chin slightly in, take a couple breaths. And one more time, exhale, round the chin in. Feel the upper back move up towards the ceiling. Draw the navel in and lift the hips and the thighs. Good, if you'd like, you can curl your toes under and lift your knees here too. Good. Take a couple breaths and slowly draw the navel in. Remember to breathe. Good, on inhalation, drop the knees down, drop the thighs, the belly, pull the elbows back. Take a couple breaths. Exhale, bring your belly onto the floor. Rest your head on your forehands. Rock your hips from side to side. And then bring your hands underneath your shoulders and press on up to hands and knees. Good. Walk the hands back a little bit and come to sitting on the heels. If that doesn't feel good for you, you can stand on the heels, on the knees here. Good. And you'll bring your arms out wide in a T. Elbows facing back, and then exhale, fingertips together in the center. Inhale, opening wide. So if you're double jointed, keep the elbows bent a little bit. And exhale, bring it in. Inhale, open. Exhale, bring it in. And then inhale, open. And exhale, bring it in. Inhale, open. And then exhale, relax the arms down by the sides. Bring your hands out in front and come back to hands and knees. Bring your forearms down onto the ground again, elbows underneath your shoulders. Clasp your hands in the center. Walk your knees back a little bit. Feel the navel drawing in. So you can, there's two different variations of this pose. You can rock your hips from side to side. On the exhale, drawing over. Inhale back to center. And then exhale over to the other side. And you guessed it, on the exhale, feel the navel drawing in. This is a great place to start. You can also extend both legs out behind you. So make sure you're not dipping down or rounding up here. Straight line here. Inhale, exhale, draw the navel in, and roll on the feet, dropping the hips over to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, draw the navel in, over to the other side. Good, so you can stay on the knees or do this variation. Move with your breath. Inhaling, center. Exhale, over. Remember to really draw the navel in. That's the key to activating your transverse abdominis. Good. And when you've done both sides, come back to center. Drop your knees down. Come to sitting on the heels or standing on the knees. Good. And wherever you are, just reach the hands back behind you. Feel the chest open. And then bring your hands forward. Come back to hands and knees. Curl your toes under. Lift your hips up. Keep your knees bent at first and come into downward dog. So as you keep the knees bent, you can really reach the hips back and elongate the spine. Press down into the palms and take a few breaths here in this upside down pose. Good. Eventually, you can walk it out and maybe get your heels to touch the floor, but focus more on the length of the spine by bending the knees. Inhale, and on an exhalation, walk your feet to your hands slowly, gingerly. Bend the knees, relax the spine down, shake your head no. Drop the hips, draw the navel in, and roll up the spine. Let the head be the last thing to come up. Take a breath here, standing, adjust yourself. And bring your hands to your hips. Find your feet about hips distance apart. Draw the navel in and step your right foot back behind you. So you're on two different tracks like a railroad track. Good. Feel the core strong and then move your left knee forward. So it doesn't have to go all the way over the ankle, especially if you're practicing in the morning. You may feel opening in the right hip. Inhale your arms up, and then create a little space, like you're holding a big ball of energy in the shoulders, and take a couple breaths here. And you're opening the hip flexors and the psoas. So really take big, deep breaths here. These are the muscles that can become shortened from sitting. Good. Inhale, arms reach, and then exhale, hands to the heart. Good. Draw the navel in slowly as you bring your chest towards the left, coming into a twist. Take a couple breaths here. Keep drawing in. The core is strong. Keep pressing into the back foot. Feel the lungs expand in a 360 action. And then inhale back to center. Bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to the hips. Feel the core strong as you step the back foot forward. Adjust here. Draw the navel in as you step your left foot back behind you. Good. Really draw it in as you move your right knee forward. Find your edge. Good. Lift the toes, spread the toes, bring them back down onto the mat. Inhale, arms reach, create a little space in your shoulders, palms face each other, and breathe deeply. Press into the outside of the left foot. Keep a slight tuck of the chin. And keep drawing the core in. Feel the breath moving in the body. Inhale, reach the arms up a little higher. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale here. Exhale, you guessed it, draw the navel in and move the chest over to the right. Coming into a twist. Deep breaths. Inhale back to center. Good. Bring your arms up overhead. And then exhale, hands to the hips. Strong core as you step the back foot forward. Lift your knees. Find your feet about hips width apart. Good. Shift your weight over into the left foot. Really press the left foot down. So you're not sinking into the left hip, you're hugging in. Hands to the hips. Inhale. Exhale, draw the navel in and lift your right knee. Inhale, bring it back down. So if you need a wall here, you can use a wall. Exhale, lift it up. And inhale, bring it down. Good, I'll show you from the side. Exhale, draw the navel in, lift the right knee. If you need to use a wall, you can. And inhale, bring it down. Exhale, draw it in. This time you can stay here. Or you can bring your arms out wide in a T for a little more balance. Or bring your forearms together here. And press your foot over towards the left. Keep the navel drawing in, keep the core strong. And keep pressing into the right foot. You'll feel your inner thigh muscles begin to squeeze. Keep pressing down into your left foot. One more breath here. And then exhale, bring it all back down. Good, kind of shake it out. Good, hands to the hips. Draw the navel in on the exhale. Press down into the right foot. And lift your left knee. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, bring it down. You can always find a focal point out in front of you. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. And exhale, lift. Use a wall if you need to. You can stay here. Activate the left foot. Maybe you bring your arms out in a T for a little more balance. Or you can bring your forearms together. Press the foot over towards the right and press down into the right foot so you're not sinking into the right hip. Take a couple breaths. Keep the navel drawing in for strong eagle. On your exhalation, bring it all back down. Shake it out. Good. Inhale, arms in cactus arms with the palms facing each other. Draw the navel in and squat down into a chair pose. So if this doesn't feel good for your knees, maybe try bringing your feet a little wider or even pivoting the feet out. So it's up to you, it's your practice. Find your sweet spot. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, draw the navel in, bend the knees, weight comes into the heels. And inhale, bring it back up. And exhale, bring it down. So if your low back is really hurting today, you don't have to hinge here. But if you want to, maybe take a little further, you can hinge, rock the hips back, take a couple breaths, feel the chest open, chin is slightly in. Breathe deeply, weight is in the heels. And inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, relax the arms down. Inhale, arms in cactus arms. Exhale, draw the navel in, squat down in a chair pose again. And then from here, just fold all the way forward. Okay, really bend the knees, press the rib cage and your thighs together, and relax the head and neck down. Place your palms on the floor. Draw the navel in. If your back is really bothering you today, make little baby steps back and come into plank pose. So if you need to drop the knees down here, you can. And just focus on strength. Do what's good for your body today. No sinking or arching. It's better for the spine to be a long, straight line. Reach the heels back. Wherever you are, feel the upper back moving up towards the ceiling as you press down into the palms. Keep a slight bend in the elbows. And then slowly draw the navel in. And take a couple breaths here. Keep drawing it in. And then drop your knees down and lower all the way onto your belly. Hands are underneath your shoulders. Your feet are hips width apart. Tops of the feet on the floor. Press the tops of the feet down so the kneecaps may even lift. Elbows press in. Nose is on the floor. Draw the navel in and then roll, peel the chest off the floor and roll up. Keep the chin slightly in. Inhale here. And then exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale. Exhale, draw the navel in. Tops of the feet press in as you lift up, peel up into cobra pose. And then exhale, lower all the way down. One more time, inhale. Exhale, draw the navel in. And lift up into cobra. Inhale here, elbows press into the side waist. Exhale, lower all the way down. Rest your left cheek on the mat. You can bring your arms down by your sides. Take a couple breaths. Feel the back muscles relax. Keep your arms down by your sides, about a foot away from your hips. Curl your toes under. Bring your nose back to the floor. And bring your fingertips to the floor like you're sucking in energy. Up. Press down into the fingertips. Draw the navel in and peel the chest off the floor. Keep the chin slightly in. From here, press into the feet so the toes will still slightly gaze, but you can lift the legs a little bit. Press into the feet like a Barbie foot. Take a couple breaths. This is a great SI joint stabilizer. Exhale, bring it back down. Rest your right cheek down on the floor. Feel your back muscles relax. And bring your nose back to the floor. Same pose. Fingertips to the floor. Press down into the fingertips. Curl the toes under. Draw the navel in and peel the chest off the floor. And then you can press into the feet. The legs slightly lift. Take a couple breaths here. Chin is slightly in. Exhale, bring it all back down. From here, just place your hands underneath your shoulders and flop on over onto your back. Bring your hands to your belly. Feet about hips width apart. Inhale. Exhale, drop your knees over to one side. And inhale back to center. See how the low back feels in this pose. Maybe just take it a little easy. Exhaling over. And inhale, center. Continue this at your own pace. Exhale, dropping the knees. Inhale, center. And when you've done both sides, come back to center. Feet are on the floor. As you lift the feet, don't draw the knees all the way in. Just bring them right above the hip joints. Good. And just hold on to the thighs or the knees and feel the low back just flatten down into the floor. And then bring the feet up towards the ceiling. Toes point towards the nose so your feet are active. If you need to place your hands on the outsides of your thighs or underneath your low backs for support, you can. And on inhalation, you'll open the legs wide And then exhale, bring the legs together in the center. Inhale, open wide, and exhale, bring them together. And continue this at your own pace. Inhale, opening, exhale together. Strengthening and supporting the muscles for the low back. Good. You can draw the navel in on the exhale. Good. And the next time your legs come together, draw your knees into your chest, rock your hips from side to side, and feel a massage of the lower back. Good. Bring your hands to your knees. On an inhalation, lengthen the arms and draw the knees away from the chest. Exhale, draw the navel in and bring the knees in towards the chest. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw the navel in. Knees come into the chest. Simple movement. This helps to realign your spine, helps to release the abdomen and the low back. Good. And when you're ready, you're going to lay out onto your back for final relaxation pose. Legs are about hips width apart, and the hands are at a comfortable distance away from the hips. Try placing the palms up towards the ceiling so you feel your chest open. And if your low back, again, is bothering you, roll up a blanket and put it under your knees, or if you have a bolster, so that you're like this, and it takes a little pressure off the low back. Good. And take a couple breaths here. You can stay here for about 3 minutes. Breathe into the belly. Exhale out through the mouth. Breathe in through the nose. And exhale out through the mouth. One more time, breathe in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. And feel your body relax with each exhalation. And with each inhalation, you draw in health, energy. Just like pressing a restart button and starting over. Stay here as long as you'd like. I recommend 3 minutes to allow your connective tissue to cool down and reshape. Stay here as long as you'd like. Thank you so much for practicing today. Have a beautiful day.